Or just mayonnaise. I thought that was like a piece of lettuce covered in mayonnaise, but that's just mayonnaise. You do the intro this month.
Oh, sorry.
I always do the intro. You should do it.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Nitro Podcast podcast 1920.
Is it 19?
2.
Who cares what episode it is?
Just welcome back.
If it's written on the episode, you know what it is. We don't. You do.
If you've been with us this long, just welcome back. Feel free to grab yourself a glass of water and enjoy us ramble on unprofessionally.
How have you been, Brady?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been real great this last month.
Yeah.
Something very, very good has been in my life the last 2 days. Something very heartwarming and excellent and very important to me. Something that I have not been able to stop doing.
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2. I'll get to that later, though. What have you been doing this past month? Because we haven't podcasted since Christmas, so we should probably talk about Christmas. Like, how's Christmas for you?
Christmas was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Got to see my family. I mean, families can be dysfunctional. I mean, mine. Family Christmases are just like that.
Christmas is like the only time of the year where my whole family just gets along, and it's just nice. It's disgusting. I'm sorry.
The last time we had like no arguments for Christmas, well, for any holiday, was this Thanksgiving that just passed, and I was just like, holy shit, there was no arguments, no drama, nothing. I was just like, wow, that's great.
My family doesn't really do much for Thanksgiving. We just like eat turkey and like that's it.
Yeah,
not really much of a thing.
Then you just go about your business.
We just have like a kind of larger than normal meal, but it's like then when none of us finish it, then we have like turkey sandwiches for the whole next week.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But for Christmas, yeah, it was good. I've been buying a lot of games.
You got that EB Games discount.
Yeah.
Hey,
I am now a permanent member.
Full-time hire. Well, not full-time yet, but permanent hire. Because you were seasonal, and they liked you, so they decided to keep you. Because usually, for those that haven't worked like retail yet, I say yet. Yeah. I say yet because everyone should work retail at least once, so you know what it's like.
Fast food.
Yeah, or fast food. Yeah. You gotta. That should be like a requirement of like getting a credit card or something you need in life. Like you need 6 months of retail or fast food work.
1 year, 1 whole year.
I wouldn't say maybe not a year, but at least 6 months. I think 6 months is enough to. I mean, I worked for retail 2.5 years. Yeah. You've been working fast food for how many years now?
I worked about 1.5 years at McDonald's. And then I'm working 1.5 years, so I've been doing it for about three.
So you've worked fast food longer than I've worked retail. I mean, I did work about 3 months retail at Toys R Us, or 4 months, I think, when I was in high school, because that was a seasonal position. I bring this up, same kind of deal. You get hired in September, because they need a lot of staff for the holidays. Once Christmas is done, they fire like almost everybody.
Yeah.
But you got lucky. They really liked you at EB Games. So
my boss was like, if we really like you and you really work towards it, you can end up as a permanent member. It's just the initiative and sticking with it and being responsible.
Yeah.
And we have one of my best workers. She was a seasonal and then she made it onto permanent.
Right on.
So I mean.
Shouldn't have eaten that chicken burger. I'm going to be burping this whole episode now. Whenever I eat fast food, I'm like, the whole.
And my manager, my assistant manager there at the store, he's actually a fan of yours.
That's embarrassing. Tell him to beat the shit out of me if he sees me. That's what I always tell people. People will comment on videos being like, someone did that today.
Yeah.
We were at the mall. We went to Tim Hortons on our way to Burger King. Yeah. That's what that was, Burger King leftover. But and some guy commented on the Chameleon Twist video like, "Hey, I saw you and your friend in Tim Hortons. I was working there. I didn't want to say hi or anything." And I just reply like, "Should have kicked my ass."
Yeah.
I want people to fight me.
And the thing is,
take me down.
I made eye contact with pretty much everyone who was working there, right?
Yeah.
And they were just like kind of staring at me. I was just like.
See, I was in a Vietnamese restaurant with my friend Daniel the night we saw Broly. We should talk about Broly in a bit. And there was a bunch of teenagers, like probably 6 of them, all eating across the way from us. And one of them was staring at me, and I made eye contact with him like 3 separate times, and he wouldn't look away. And I'm like, I hope that guy doesn't know who I am. That's it's weird.
But yeah, my assistant manager, like he's watched your stuff, and like he kind of didn't clue in that we were from Canada until the Corey in the House video where you had the stock footage of
Halifax.
Of Halifax,
yeah,
right?
That footage is from when I was doing documentaries in college.
Yeah.
And you just need B-roll to kind of mask the cuts or like whatever people are talking about. And I don't think any of that made it into any of my documentaries, but we also did a lot of time-lapse stuff.
Yeah.
That's what those time-lapse were for.
Yeah.
Those are time-lapsed we filmed for a documentary, I think about the public transport or something about Halifax. It was something Justin was doing that never came to fruition. And I just had those time lapses time lapses are a lot of fun to film. It sounds like boring. You just stand there with the camera and film like a thing for like 2 hours. But I mean, like, you're just standing there by the camera just shooting the shit with your friend for 2 hours. And like that was actually the first time I tried anchovies on pizza. Like we were like, hey, let's order pizza. Anybody have anchovies? Yeah, I never had that. Let's try that. And like it was, stuff like that's fun. But that was really awesome that I finally got to use that footage in something, that time lapse.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I was just, like, because my controller for my PlayStation 4 finally died, and I was just going in. I was like, "Yo, what are you guys' prices?" Because the guy who I was usually friends with there and just like bought from, he transferred over to another EB Games, and he was just like, "Yeah, we got this one and this one. We got the blue one." And I was like, "Okay, I might come back for that." I ended up buying it at Walmart for some reason. I don't know. I was just up that way. And like he was just kind of staring at me, and then later on, I went in to get Luigi's Mansion. Yeah. And he was just staring at me again. He's like, "This is gonna sound really weird. You're Brady from Nitrocast videos, right?" And I was like,
"Oh, that's why you said Corey in the House." I thought you were gonna say because he recognized the Halifax ferry shots.
Yeah. Well,
but I didn't even think because you were in that video.
And because he was like, that guy had the hat like Brady. That guy looked like Brady. That can't be Brady. And I was just like, yeah, what's up, man?
You've gotten recognized so many more times than I have. It's so weird because you're only in a handful of videos.
I got recognized when I was working at Subway, and it was just But like, he was like, holy crap! And now that we're working together, and I gave him a copy of one of my Mario Sunshines because I have like 3 of them.
Why do you have that many? You have like 5 of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, I was just like, because we were getting on a conversation about games we had, and he's like, yeah, I went and sold it, I went and traded it in or whatever, and I was like, Merry Christmas, here you go. And I was just like, he was like, man, and I was like, yeah.
I have 1 copy of Sonic Adventure 2, and I got it at a flea market, the Penhorn Mall flea market.
I missed those.
Yeah,
those so much.
I remember I was huge into Battle Beat 'em On as a kid. I had so many Beat 'em On because like each different type, there's like the power type, the control type, the accuracy type, and you take all the parts off the different ones and put them all in the same Beat 'em On to make like the ultimate Beat 'em On that has like the accurate shot barrel and also has like the clip to make the shots more powerful and also has the grip. And I put all that on my one Beat 'em On, and I was huge into Beat 'em On. And I remember being at that flea market, and I saw Beat 'em On packaging I didn't recognize, and it had like Japanese characters on it.
That was the same thing with Beyblades for me.
And I was like, what is this weird Japanese Beat 'em On I've never seen before? And I wanted to get it, but like my parents just kind of zipped by. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But see, you just see stuff like that as a kid.
You know, that's what this purple lighting reminds me of, because the food court used to have those weird neon lights.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. Man, Penhorn Mall podcast right now.
We were filming a little bit for Travis Strikes Again, and I thought I'd put a purple gel on Brady just to make him look a little more 80s. And we just left that on for the... So this is the neon podcast this month, I guess. But yeah, so yeah, full-time, not full-time, permanent position. Once you start getting more hours, you'll be able to quit Subway.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just sticking in there, and like... They messaged me, and it's like, yo, do you want to come in and fill in? I'm like, I had plans today, but yeah, I just got to be motivated to work there and just sell my ass for them. And
having that discount's got to be pretty dope, too.
Yeah, I'm almost on my way to the Onyx card now, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably have something like that in the U.S. when they got GameStop.
Yeah,
like
they have their own
cards.
point system.
But, like, we have different levels of cards at EB Games. I think it starts with, like, bronze...
Red.
It starts with red.
Red,
gold, platinum, and then onyx. I got the platinum one just from buying so many games over the years.
Yeah, I'm sure when you got me that VR, it boosted you up there.
I bought that on eBay.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't get that. They were sold out at eBay.
Right.
They were sold out of that because that Black Friday deal was everywhere and it was sold out everywhere. And I found one eBay seller that was selling them new for the Black Friday price. And it was free shipping because it was like $200+ free shipping over that. I just had to pay the tax on it, and it was the same price as what I got in store. But yeah, it was just some eBay seller. Yeah.
What was I? Yeah.
What was you?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's very good.
What
Okay.
What have you been doing this month? For Nitrocast.
Oh, for Nitrocast. Yeah, we usually talk about what I did for Nitrocast. I started this month with the top 10 games of the year. That like those videos don't usually do that well because like people don't care about me talking about new stuff. They just want to see me talk about RPG Maker games or like platformers. But yeah, it was the thing about those videos. They're really easy to make because you just get like very general B-roll from 10 games, which I usually have anyway because every new game that I think I'm really gonna like and will probably have on there, I just record random footage of it as I'm just playing through it my first time. So I usually have all the B-roll I need. I think the only thing I needed more shots of was like, there's one thing that I didn't have footage of. I don't remember. There's like 1 or 2 games I needed footage of, and that was like it. But yeah, like those videos are really easy because you just say like a little bit about each game. It's like bare minimum effort. So I always try to challenge myself of making those like really elaborate transitions. Because I remember one year when I had Smash Brothers Wii U on the list, I did that Smash Bros transition just for that one because I thought it was really easy transition to do and thought it would be cool. Next year, since then, I've just done unique transitions for every single one. It's just because it's just so easy to make those videos. I gotta have something that's like I put more effort into. That's just like make it challenging for myself.
I still think your best one was just Breath of the Wild when it's just you launching yourself on the rocket.
Yeah.
Woo!
Because I know everyone's talking about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It was only like my number 10 game. I don't have much to say about that. Everyone knows why it's good, so let's just do a little quick bit for that one.
Yeah.
What are your favorite like transitions that I've done in those?
Gosh.
The most time-consuming one for this year was the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
So I had to get like a PNG of like just web, and I had to like painstakingly put each one in there and make them fade as they went. And it ended up looking okay, but that one took forever. The one for the Persistence, I actually I took some screenshots from like the door little graphic, like the hologram thing, and I redrew all those shapes in Photoshop. It took me like, each of those transitions take me like 20 minutes to like 2 hours each. Like some of them take a long time. I do them all in After Effects and Photoshop. Some of them I can do just in Vegas Pro because they're like really basic. Like the Mega Man one where it's just like shows the screen, then it comes back out. That was easy. It's just I just masked out the middle and then I do that.
You did one for Mario Odyssey one year. Didn't
you?
I
had the you hear the cap comes and breaks the screen. That was a really easy one.
I like that one a lot, despite
the Celeste one was kind of challenging. That's what I needed to get more footage of, just like the from Celeste and getting that to like look right. I had like 5 different versions of that before it like looked right. That was kind of like weird to get. But what else did I do this month? I did Glover. I did Glover. I'm still mad that Ant Dude beat me to that one. He did Glover only a couple of months before me.
Gotta love the glove.
I was planning on doing tons of N64 platformers, and Glover was the first one because Glover is the most requested out of all of those.
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting game. It's not a really great game, but it has like really cool ideas, and it's just like it's really cool playing old games, being like, this is a game that has an idea that no one else has really done since then. So even if it's not that great, it's the only thing like that. Glover was a really really good time going through that. And then I'm glad I made sure to get the PS1 version because that thing is a pile of poop. I actually interesting. I bring up Ant Dude because I wrote the script and I recorded it, but before I was finished editing, I actually watched Ant Dude's video to make sure our videos wouldn't be too similar, because I haven't actually watched his video on it yet. So I watched that, and I felt pretty comfortable knowing that, like, okay, what he says about it is very different than what I say about it. He like, praised the PS1 port for being pretty faithful, and I'm like, yeah, the level design is pretty faithful, but the physics are just wrong.
Where it flopped,
Just wrong.
Yeah.
God, one thing I did get wrong in the video, though, I said that you couldn't turn off, like, the controls at the bottom of the PS4 version. I got some comments saying you can do that if you hit the select button. I didn't realize that, so that was a goof up on my part. Really wish I could go back and just edit, like, tiny bits like that in videos, because, like, there's tons of videos have, like, little goof ups, but it's like, oops, crap.
Can I just replace this video file that has like the views and all that?
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. Be able to swap out a video file and have like maybe a guy on YouTube like review it and make sure it's at the same video but with a minor change or something like that.
Well, like because like there have been times where people are like, oh, that music's getting copyright striked, right?
Yeah, so if you could pull the video down and replace it with a version of it that doesn't have that track, that would solve so many problems.
Why don't I have a job in YouTube or Nintendo? Please help me.
I don't know if that would be possible though. Like I don't know how this stuff works, so I don't want to just naively say they should do that when like I don't know what I'm talking about, right? But I mean, if that is possible, that would be a great thing. That'd be so convenient. Realistic or not, that'd be awesome. Also did a video on Horror Veil. That was an indie RPG. The guy who made that actually emailed me way back in like I think October or September. It was a long time ago. And he was like, "Hey, you're doing. Here's Halloween's coming up. You want to see this game?" And I get so many emails for like review indie games that I can't even like keep track of them all. But every now and then I'll get one that like really stands out to me. Yeah. And Horror Veil really did. Really looked up my alley, like just the artwork and the type of game it was. And I told him I'm way too busy right now, but email me back in November. So he did. He followed me up, and I was still too busy November and December because like Christmas stuff and all that. And then he emailed me again at the end of December, and I finally got to play it, and then I was able to do a video for it in January. And I was really glad I was able to give that game a lot of exposure. He told me that like he had so many downloads, like thousands of downloads after I put that video out. And recently, the official YouTube Gaming Twitter tweeted that video. That was crazy because I'm like a tiny channel, like barely 100,000 subscribers, and like usually they only tweet out like the big guys. There were some replies to that. Did you see the replies? There was one person who's like, "Why are you talking about this guy? You should tweet out Jacksepticeye's stream." It's like, yeah, tweet out some guy who already has 1 million subscribers instead of some nobody that really needs the exposure.
Yeah, but what about PewDiePie?
Give the exposure. Some guy mentioned PewDiePie as well. It's like, yeah, please only give exposure to the people that don't need it. Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah. No,
instead of making the platform more filled with more unique and other people that are putting out content, let's just keep to like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps, PewDiePie.
That is why I can't stand the subscribe to PewDiePie movement.
Yeah.
It's like you want to give more exposure to the most popular guy ever. He doesn't need it. What do you? And I know people are like, he wants to beat T-Series. I don't fucking care who the most subscribed channel on YouTube is. I don't know why anybody does it. It doesn't affect anybody. He's still one of the most powerful, rich people on the platform.
Well, if you have a large amount of people, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're number 1 or number 2. Is you have people to follow you, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I remember when Ray William Johnson was like the biggest guy. Do you remember that?
Ray William Johnson was like the most subscribed. That was like nobody could care less about that guy now. That's so
he's
weird.
Dead. He's gone. He's pretty much gone. He does like stuff on Facebook,
he used to do Vines, and they were like comedy skits that were like the most unfunny, basic, easy jokes. Like he did a skit where he was Mario and he ate a mushroom and got high. It's this 2004.
He's working as an intern over at Dorkly.
Oh my god, it's just Dorkly. Even Dorkly videos are lightly
much
more better than Ray William Johnson's comedy.
I remember when he did the music. What was it? Your favorite Martian or something like that. And I went to check out that, and apparently the name for it is "This Project is Dead." Like he changed it, he edited it, he made everything private or something, and it's just like
who else was most subscribed? Smosh was most subscribed at one point. Like I used to love Smosh as a kid. Like they had that Ninja Turtles music video. Everyone's seen the Pokemon lip sync. And then they actually remade the Pokemon lip sync after the original one got taken down for copyright or something like that, and it was like really cool. People hate on Smosh because Smosh is really juvenile. I mean, it's for kids. I don't hate those guys. I just know it's not.
Well,
for
it
me.
used to be my sense of humor when I was that young.
Exactly,
right?
When I was that age, I loved Smosh.
And then you grew out of it, just like how I used to be like all for Brental Floss and his music, and then I grew out of it.
Like I don't hate Brental Floss. Yeah. I love making fun of him, but it's just not my kind of
fun to poke fun at
anymore. Because like I kind of I grew out of it.
Is Machinima's gone now?
Yeah, I like like a some company bought Machinima and just shut down. All those videos are gone. That's
People
crazy.
have re-uploaded a bunch of them because I remember watching the Mario 64 ones.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, thank God someone re-uploaded these because I just want to go through them one more time.
That's bonkers because Machinima was the largest multi-channel network.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing Game Theory posted about like it was some multi-channel network got bought by somebody else, and they just like dissolved it, and that was like there was like $1.7 million in unpaid checks to all these different channels combined that didn't get sent out.
Yeah.
And the video was titled "They Stole 1.7 million." I'm not a big fan of game theory. I don't really like his content. Again, I feel like it's too juvenile for me.
Yeah.
I find a little on the irritating side. Again, I don't hate the guy or anything. That's just not my kind of content. But that video was a good watch. It's like multi-channel networks are like. A lot of them are a scam. I am not with a multi-channel network. No. I will never sign to a multi-channel network. I used to be with Screenwave.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I joined them when I only had 20K subscribers because I was in that naive mindset where I'm like, hey, this will be the next step. Yes, I'm going to go forward. I'm going to get more subscribers. I did not see a significant increase in views or subscribers or anything.
Just a deduction.
They just took 30% of each pay. It was like 20 or 30. They take a chunk of your paycheck, and that's all they do. And like the things they would offer, like, yeah, you got a library of music you can use. I use video game music. I don't need that. We got tons of tips and stuff on how to do good film stuff. It's like I went to fucking film school. I don't need any of that. We got tips on how to get the most reach in your what to do. The only good piece of advice I got out of that was the guy told me that like the YouTube search bar, it looks more so for what's in the video description rather than what's in the tags. That was useful. Yeah. So I always try to find a way to work the video or the name of the game into the description. That was one helpful thing. Not a thing helpful enough to warrant taking that much away from each paycheck. And I had to fight with them for like 3 or 4 months to get unlinked, because when you're a smaller channel, they don't pay as much a service to you as they do to the other channels that are making them more money, that are more viable. And I had to email, and God bless my contact with Screenwave. Like, he was really nice to me. He was really patient. He was always replying to me. It was just him getting in contact with the people I can make those decisions and unlink my channel. It was just a process. It took like so long. But yeah, if you're the other thing is like, multi-channel networks can solve copyright stuff. Like if you're a channel that does videos about movies and like film reviews, like my friend Bread Sword, he has so much trouble with copyright stuff, and if he was not with a multi-channel network, all of his videos would not be able to exist on YouTube because of like copyright claims. So that's one thing that is genuinely mandatory if you're like with a multi-channel network. For me though, I just do video game stuff. I know the dirty tricks to get around copyright stuff, because the only times I ever get copyrighted stuff is when I use certain music from certain like a lot of Koji Kondo's music, a lot of Mario music is copyrighted. Slow it down by 2%, the algorithm will not catch it. Yeah. That's one thing I was worried about when I did all those Mario videos. And all those Mario videos is where I got my big surge in subscribers. Because like you do a series that's popular, people more willing to click on something they already know than something that they don't know, which sucks because I like doing the obscure stuff, but the popular stuff does better. But yeah, I was thinking I'm not going to be able to monetize any of these videos because like Mario 64 soundtrack gets blammed, a couple of songs in Sunshine get blammed, all of Galaxy's soundtrack gets blammed, same with like 3D World and like all that, and Odyssey as well. But I slowed down all the tracks by 2%. That was the series where I found that out, and then all of them got monetized. They're still monetized, no copyright issues. So yeah. Based on everything that I need for my channel, a multi-channel network has like nothing to offer me. So,
especially when you built yourself up yourself, right?
Exactly. So,
and you've gotten like emails and stuff, and it's like, oh yes, we've watched your videos on
because
blah blah blah.
That's the other thing is they're like, you can tell it's a copy and paste email. They just replace dear. They just change that to your username. I've gotten so many offers from so many multi-channel networks. After my experience with Screenwave, and I realize how much I don't need a multi-channel network, I just say not interested. And I've gotten so many to the point where, like, on my channel, I say not interested in paid offers or promotions or anything. Like, because I get a lot of emails. I haven't anymore since I put that there. I get so many emails from people who want me to put, like, like, can you do a 1-minute shout out in your next video? And I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do that. Like, the video starts, they're like, hey, check out this app. And you can do this, and it goes on for a minute before the video starts. Like, Cinemaster's starting to do that a lot. And I understand, like, needing the money, it all helps, but like I don't need the more money. I'd rather my videos just be, because the thing is, like, when you make a video and you do that, it's going to be like that forever, even if that product is no longer relevant, but the information about the game will never not be relevant. There will never be a time when you can click on a video about Glover and not want to learn about that game. That game will always exist, and the product you're advertising in that video might not always be, and I don't want to put a a date, an expiration date on my videos like that.
Yeah.
That's more so what it's about. Yeah, I turned down so many offers. I've gotten really skeevy ones too. Like, hey, can you like do a shout out for this like gambling casino app? And it's like a lot of my viewers are kids. No.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm sure they have access to the mom's and dad's credit card.
And I've gotten the same one like 5 times. Always links to a bunch of other YouTubers that do it, and the other YouTubers that do it, the videos are titled like "Free Money Sounds good, too good to be true, but it's not. Download this app." I'm like, no, get out of here. I'm not doing this. Only thing I would ever do to like that could be considered selling out is if I made T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do T-shirts eventually. I don't know how to do T-shirts. That might be something I do eventually. If I ever did T-shirts, though, they would be drawn by Kevin. I always wear Kevin's shirts.
I always wear Kevin's shirts.
Most 90% of my shirts are drawn by Kevin.
Anytime I'm filming with you,
yeah,
I pick my wardrobe up the day before, and I'm just like, I gotta wear a Kevin shirt. If I don't wear a Kevin shirt, I feel bad. Like,
why?
I don't know, because like I just really like his art. That's like, even at like family events or something, it's just like, I need to work this somehow into my wardrobe and make myself look nice, but I still want to wear Kevin's shirt.
You see the Kirby Reanimated?
Yes.
Kevin did a bit for that.
Yep.
You mean we gotta pay up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. That was Kevin.
Yeah.
That was. I'm loving all these reanimated series.
Yeah.
That's the second major one to be finished that I've seen. Kevin is actually hosting a reanimated project. He's doing the Rhythm Heaven Reanimated, and we did a bit for that. We're not gonna show it or say what it is, but if we'll look for Brady in the Rhythm Heaven Reanimated when that finally comes out. It won't be for a while. I mean, there's still a lot of people that got to get their stuff done. There's also another reanimated project, not the Kirby one. There's a Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that one.
I think that one's recent. I've only seen a couple of those recently, and that's awesome. Seeing all these animators collab and just rebuild an episode of some old show that's awesome. You got way off topic. Going back to what I did for Nature Red. I also did a video about Chameleon Twist. That's a game I've been wanting to check out for a long time because I played it one time when I was a kid at my friend Aaron's house, and that was it. I thought it was a game I always wanted to go back to and like see what it was, and like it was pretty underwhelming. It's like it's only a 2-hour game. It's super short and it doesn't really do a whole lot with its mechanics. But that said, the mechanics it does have are really cool and interesting, very unique. Nothing's really like it, so it's a worthwhile experience just to be like, oh, this game has cool ideas, but it just doesn't do a whole lot with it. So it's not a bad game, it's just underwhelming. But it was a cool experience either way. But that's Nature Red this month. Right now I'm working on... Next review might be for Travis Strikes Again, because I really want to... That's a game where so many people are really on the fence, and if I could be like, yeah, this is whether you should or not, depending on what kind of person you are, I really want to be able to make that clear. Because, like, my friend Brandon... He's a huge... I say my friend Brandon. He's your friend. Our friend Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. I could have just said Brandon. Yeah. He's a huge... He was on the first podcast with us. Yeah. Brandon's like a huge Suda fan. He loves No More Heroes, Killer 7, Killer Z, all those games more than anybody. And based on the kind of person I know he is, what he's willing to like... The kind of games, like how much boring stuff is he willing to go through to get to like the stylistic, like super awesome stuff Suda's known for. And I'd be like, yeah, Brandon, you would like this game. You know, based on what I know about you, even if it is kind of mediocre and boring in a lot of spots. But, I want to be the guy that's like, yeah, if you're this, yes. If you're this, yes. If you're this, no. If you're, I think I can... But
if you fall anywhere in these spectrums.
We played it together in the 2-player, because I really wanted to see if it was more fun in 2-player, which it was. It was a lot more fun 2-player. But, I mean, it's not more fun because a 2-player... is fun. It's more fun because you can talk to your friend while you play something kind of boring. But it is, and I want to say this in the video, it's one of those things that's kind of like a very mindless game where it's just you're hitting buttons, you're doing whatever, it doesn't require much effort. Yeah. But because it's so low effort, you can have a great conversation with your friend while you're playing it. There's a lot of games that are like that, and that's a really good one, so for that. But yeah, there's a lot of points I like to make about that, even though like Number Hero is a little more out of my neck of the woods. A lot of people ask me to do Number Hero stuff. And that's something I do want to do eventually, but this is just something I want to be like, get some clarity for the people on the fence. But that's all. That's all I've been doing for Nature Red. That's what's planned. There's an indie game called Anodyne I really want to do. Yeah. Because there's a sequel called Anodyne 2 that's coming out, and it has 3D segments and 2D segments, and the 3D segments are like, it looks like Dreamcast-ish. No, it looks like 3DS graphics, where it's kind of like it's got the normal mapping, like the glistening characters, but it's like PS2-ish graphics, and it's like this, and it's also got like the 240p jaggedness of PS1. It looks so unique. It looks awesome, and it's really like weird and neat looking, and like the sound effects and the music is like really like ambient and like synthesized, and it's like I really want to play the Anodyne 2 game, and there's a first one. I want to do a video on that before Anodyne 2 comes out. So that's something I'm also going to be doing. For the next little bit, I want to be swapping between platformer and indie game. I want to have a good balance this year, because usually I just focus just on platformers, then I occasionally do. Like, I didn't do very many indie games at all last year, so I want to have a good balance, so I can satisfy both audiences that have subscribed to me this year. So yeah. So Chameleon Twist 2 will not be the next thing I'm doing. That'll be like after. But yeah, that is Nitrocast. Let's just talk about stuff we've played and things we've done. What are things you've done and stuff you've played?
Well, what is something we have done? We seen Broly.
Oh yeah, both of us saw Broly. So have you watched like all of Dragon Ball Super?
I haven't watched all of Dragon Ball Super, but I do know what has happened.
Okay.
Most of it. Like I get what happens. Goku can't die. Simple as that.
He's
Goku.
Goku. You say that, but Goku has died.
Yeah,
more than once.
But like, has he died forever?
No.
Goku's immortal, man.
He's immortal in a way. But I haven't finished Super. I plan to.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for the dub to come out. A lot of people watch the sub, but like
I love the dub.
I grew up Dragon Ball in English.
Yeah.
I have to watch it with those actors I grew up with, or it's just not the same to me. That, and I hate watching subbed anime because I like to eat while I watch, and if I can't look down at my plate to eat without missing what someone said, that drives me nuts.
That's mostly like even going to see the movies, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have
especially when it's like the giant screen is at the bottom.
And you got cinematics and stuff, right? And like all these nice things going on, but you have to watch a very high pitched Vegeta!
Did you watch it subbed or dubbed in theaters?
Oh, I watched it dubbed.
Yeah, same. Because when I went to see My Hero Academia, I accidentally saw, because they were playing both subbed and dubbed versions, I accidentally saw My Hero Academia subbed. So like I had to keep looking at the bottom of the screen. I couldn't like absorb the action because I had to keep looking at the bottom. Like I hate that. I don't know. I used to be able to do it in high school. Yeah. I always like to watch stuff in the original language. You know, of course, with the exceptions like Dragon Ball. But like now, it's just like, just give me a good English dub. I don't want to stare at the bottom of the screen. I don't care. I don't care about the integrity of the art of the original voice. I don't value anime that much.
You should go first about your day with Broly.
So me and Daniel saw it.
Yeah.
And it was. I haven't finished Super. I watched. Yeah, I've watched the Goku Black Saga with Zamasu. I think Zamasu is one of the better villains in the series. I love Zamasu.
Me too.
Ending of how they beat him was kind of a cop-out. But either way, I haven't watched the Tournament of Power arc. I watched up to like where they do the practice tournament, and there's like the wolf guys that fight like Boo or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at when I left off like a while ago. I kind of know what happens at the end of the Tournament of Power. I know he goes Ultra Instinct. I know he fights that guy. I know the things happen after that I'm not going to say because they're spoilers. So I'm up to speed-ish with Broly, so I was able to watch Broly. Yeah. I think they handled Broly really, really well.
Yeah.
I think the new backstory they had for him is way better than the old backstory.
A little baby that goes insane because another baby cried. Like.
No. I think Broly was just kind of turned into what he was by having like a really bad parenting
upbringing,
and he like lived on a foreign like planet all by himself.
So he didn't develop.
He didn't develop any social skills. He didn't know what it's like to talk to people. Yeah. That's just it's like Goku if Goku never landed on Earth. Like because him and Goku are very similar. It's just like Goku knows how to like socially function while Broly doesn't because he's never been surrounded by people. Yeah. His best friend was an animal, you know. Yeah. That was a really, really cool thing. Yeah. His animal friend.
And then
yeah, and I really like the ending of it, how it hints at like, they could do more with this in another series. The manga is actually gone past where Super ends, so there's going to be more anime.
Yeah, I was hearing about that,
which is really interesting. There's like this wizard who uses magic
instead
of fighting. So it's like, how do you fight a guy that just knows magic?
He drains the power of the planets.
That's neat. They always find a new way to up the ante in Dragon Ball somehow. It's like, yeah. Well, you're the most powerful people in the universe? There's other universes. You're the most powerful people in all the universes? Magic wizards, you know. I like that. It's good. They always find a way.
Yeah, well, when I went to go see it, we went in early. It was me, Kai, and our friend Nicole. And we were just like, yeah, let's make a day of it. I got to see this movie. Yeah. I've seen all of like the more like the super movies in theaters. I've seen Battle Gods. I've seen
we saw a Resurrection F together. I love Resurrection F. That's great.
And then I've seen Broly, and we were like, we gotta go. We went in early. It was like free popcorn days. So I got my membership card. I signed up for a membership card before I went in. Had a gift card, bought the ticket.
Yeah.
Only costed me like $9 to really see this because I had a big thing of nachos and popcorn and all this, and I'm standing in line holding this stuff, and then a group of friggin' grog nerds in front of me. I'm facing away talking with Kai and Nicole, and I'm like, blah, 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 and they're going on about My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball and what else was I saying?
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, there was a couple of them. I said another one earlier today.
Was it Mob Psycho?
No, it wasn't Mob Psycho.
One Punch Man?
No, I've already finished One Punch Man.
Okay, right on. New series of Mob Psycho is super good, by the way.
Yeah, I've been watching a few episodes of that. Yeah. But either way, it was like 3 or 4 animes that they went and spoiled because they were gushing about it. And I'm like, you're in a lineup with people of the same kind of community. Shut the hell up. And I was just going... And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tweet about some grognards. And I tweeted that, and you're like, type C's.
It's funny. It's like grognard is not a very commonly used word these days.
Yeah.
Like, type C is an inside joke between... Yeah, I replied to that tweet, type C's, a lot of them. And they got like 19 likes. It's like, none of you people know what a type C is. Why are you liking my tweet? I get that all the time. I just reply to one of my friends, and he gets like 20 likes.
Unless you've been on the line for the Switch launch, midnight launch of March 2nd, you don't know. 2017, you don't know.
Like, if I think we've talked about this on the podcast, but for those that don't know, like, a grognard is like, my friend Dresden always called, like, dweebs or annoying nerds grognards. And I looked that up. What a grognard was, it was like a term used in, like, the 90s or the 80s or a long time ago. It's kind of like the guy who, like, doesn't want to switch to, like, the updated D&D or the updated, like, MMO or whatever. He sticks with the original. Yeah, the original D&Ds, but that's like a grognard.
Yeah.
So we've kind of just used that as a term to describe, like, annoying nerds.
Yeah.
And then a Type C is like, they came from, we were in the lineup for the Switch, and this grognard in front of us. I'm like.
It's even started beforehand when we were at the door waiting to go into the mall.
Oh, yeah!
Because my grandmother dropped us off because I just got off of work at McDonald's. And he comes walking up with his hood. He's like, it's cold. And then he's like pressing the button real hard and stuff. And he's like, they're not coming. They're not showing up.
He's whining.
And we're like, dude, you just got here. You're not freezing to death. And then they came in. We went in. And then... man. You take it from there.
Because, like, at the EB Games is inside the mall, so it's a midnight launch. The mall's closed, so you have to ring the buzzer for the security to, like, come and escort you to the line by the EB Games, waiting for EB Games open at midnight. But he was just sitting there complaining. And, like, he was in front of us in the line, and I was like, so what kind of cable is it going to be? It's just got to be, like, USB, right? And he turns around, adjusts his glasses, and goes, USB Type-C, actually...
And I'm just like...
I want to fucking dropkick this motherfucker. So we just go, anybody that will butt into a conversation and give you the most worthless, actually, that's a Type C. Yeah. USB Type C, actually.
It made me laugh on like a 0.6. I'll give that about 0.6.
We were at a convention, and I was wearing one of my misspelled t-shirts that said, like, Snoik the Hedgehog. Yeah. I have a couple of misspelled t-shirts that I made that I think are hilarious. Like, Digimon, but it's just Digimon spelled wrong, so it's like Digmeon or whatever. Digmeon. That's one of them. I also have Final Fantasy that says, like, Final Fantasy. It's just
Final Fantasy.
It's just like
dumbass.
it's just a typo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some guy saw that and laughed, and I overheard the conversation with like the girl he was with. He's like, "Did you see that guy's shirt? It's misspelled." And she's like, "I think that was probably a 7 out of 10 on a scale of how amused I was."
Yeah.
Are you a fucking robot? Can you just talk like a person? Jesus fuck. When people talk like that, you're like, 7 out of 10 on a scale of how I'm used to it. What are you saying?
My taste buds rate that at about 8.2. I like that soup, mother dear.
My taste buds are mildly stimulated. I give this 3 out of 5 stars on the scale of how much stimulation they've been.
The chemical reaction of fizziness of the carbonated drink is just fantastic. About 10.1 maxed out.
Like, people that just use unnecessary lingo like that.
Yeah.
There's actually, do you remember Pro Jared had a series called Name Tags when he first joined Screw Attack in like 2008?
I think so, yeah.
He had a character like that, and I forgot what he called them, but that kind of character was like, I'm a nerd. And the joke of the character is they uses outdated terminology to try and sound smart. Yeah. I've met people like this. It's like, can I get a paddle with a dongle? And it's like, what are you saying? You're trying to just use bigger words than normal to make yourself sound smart, but you actually sound like an idiot because these are not the words that mean the things you're trying to say.
You know when
Type C.
You know when we were doing the interview, and you were the nerd character? Type C.
Yeah,
very Type C.
Yeah.
Type C. That was in the lineup for the movie.
Yeah.
Going back to the movie, watching that, I was just at the edge of my seat and I was shaking. You thought I was like in the D box. The D box is basically has like is a section of yeah, it's a section in our movie theaters that have like vibrations and shit, and it moves.
Oh, like the 4D.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, it moves the seats and stuff. So. It was basically like that, except I'm the one that's rocking in my chair. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I loved how it started like a good chunk
like
of the
half
movie.
Hour, 45 minutes.
I think it's like almost half the movie is just a flashback to the Saiyan planet and where Broly came from. You see King Vegeta, Vegeta's father, and that was really cool. Yeah. You see their first interaction with Frieza ever when Frieza was a child, and King Cold put him in charge. You see all that stuff, and it was really cool. And then you can tell they blew the whole budget on just the fight scene with Broly, and it was like the part when they fight so strong they go into like a separate dimension, and man,
because I know they swapped into 3D.
Yeah,
it looked like the
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes, and I was like, that's
the 3D was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it was a little jarring, like when it went to 3D for a long time, but later in the fight when it started like naturally going between 2D and 3D with both elements, I think that had a good flow to it.
I think they did that in Battle of Gods. They did that in Battle of Gods.
They did that a little bit in Battle of Gods.
They did it way better in this one.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
they're probably using the same technology that they use in Battle of Fighters. But one thing I was going to say, it was really cool. For the first time in the animation, you got to see red-haired Vegeta. Just base form Super Saiyan God Vegeta, which is something you never see in the anime. But my friend Daniel reads the manga, and he told me in the manga, they never do this in the anime. They just scrap this idea completely. But in the manga, the base form Super Saiyan God is not as strong as Super Saiyan Blue, but it has more control over ki energy. So when they're on the defensive, they'll switch to the red hair form so they can control their ki, do better dodges. And he does that ki move where he like controls Broly's ki to make him freeze, and that was cool. And seeing Vegeta like in animation do that for the first time, because you never see red-haired Vegeta.
Was pretty bad.
That was really cool. Yeah. And it was awesome seeing him fight gradually through every one of his forms.
Every stage.
Base form
his
and Super Saiyan, and then he doesn't go Super Saiyan 3. No, he just goes straight to Super Saiyan Red and then Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God, whatever. But yeah, that was such a good fight scene. I thought Goku was going to go Ultra Instinct, but my friend Daniel told me Goku doesn't know how he did it.
Yeah, it was just like right out, just out of nowhere.
So that's an interesting. I'm kind of glad, because if Goku just had this penultimate form that can kill everything, it's like then he just wins everything. But if he doesn't know how to do it, it's like, okay, well, it's still a trick in the bag that he can pull if he gets the right moment.
Yeah, that desperation. I liked the flashback. You get to see a young Vegeta, as well as Raditz.
Young Raditz, and they hear about the planet blowing up. They're like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, now I'm not going to be the king. It's like, I'm like, you dick, your dad's dead, and you're like.
Vegeta's from a very young age, and you got to see younger Nappa, just probably 30-year-old Nappa, when he had like a little bit of hair, and that was.
On top of that, they mentioned Vegeta's brother.
Oh.
Tarble, because he was only in like an OVA back a while ago when they were starting to bring back Dragon Ball Z and
I remember that.
And they didn't dub it. I don't think they dubbed it. And
they didn't dub it.
Yeah,
it was only, you can see it on YouTube though.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
It was called Goku and Friends Return. Vegeta's brother something. Yeah, something like that.
His name's Tarble, and it was like Father sent you off to a picture planet.
Yeah. But, I really like what they did with Dragon Ball. Like, they acknowledge a lot of, I don't want to see Dragon Ball expanded universe because that's such a Star Wars thing, but kind of like that. They acknowledge a lot of that, making it canon in a way that I think works really well. Broly was dope, man. Good ass movie, good ass entry. I think it's probably out of the 3 new movies they've been doing, probably the strongest of the 3. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah,
I loved Resurrection F. Yeah, just because I love Frieza.
Frieza's my favorite Dragon Ball villain. I'm so glad they brought him back as like a permanent cast member for Super. Yeah,
he's got some good moments in there. I gotta say.
Who do you want to rank as your favorite Dragon Ball villains?
Like the Broly movie, Broly's like probably tied with Frieza.
Oh, okay.
So like, Frieza has always been there, and I'm like, I love Frieza. I love Frieza. You can do whatever, you just bring him back. I love him.
Frieza will always be number 1 for me, but I think my number 2 favorite is Zamasu. Actually, I really
I like Zamasu. I also like Goku Black, so I think it would be.
Spoilers. They're related. I know. They kind of come in a pair. I don't want to spoil it for the audience, but Zamasu and Goku Black are part of the same arc, so that's kind of like the same shabam. In the way I would say like Bibidi and Majin Buu, they're part of the same. That's like one villain for me. It's the same saga, is what I'm getting at. But,
so like it's just like it would still have it would either be Broly Frieza or Frieza Broly, and then it would be Zamasu Goku Black.
So you like Zamasu,
and then like Cell somewhere down the line.
I don't like Cell that much. I know Cell's
there's like a few moments where I really do like Cell, and it's basically just like perfect Cell.
I think base form Cell is way more interesting than perfect Cell. I think when he's like this weird like
grotesque
alien creature, and it's like this thing's cool. I never cared much for like that. I think that the Android and Cell saga is my least favorite saga in all of Dragon Ball. Yeah. I just find it I love the Saiyan saga, I love Frieza. Yeah. Then I feel like it's kind of a low point where like I'm not that. I mean, it has its moments like when Gohan does a one-handed Kamehameha, and like that part was awesome. But I feel like other than that, and I guess they introduced Mr. Satan, which is one of the better characters, like a great comic relief. But I feel like it's when we got to the Buu saga, we saw more of Mr. Satan. Videl was in there. Gohan was an adult. I love teen/adult Gohan. Great Saiyaman Gohan. I love that whole thing. And like, I like the Buu saga, but still.
I keep forgetting we met Kyle Hebert.
Yeah, we met the voice of
I call him Kyle Herbert, like.
And when you say like, I know a lot of people like go to a panel and see a voice actor and like we saw him
on the sidewalk.
We were just on the sidewalk, and he walked by and we like shook his hand and we just
got a bunch of pictures with him.
Yeah,
if you want to,
I'll put some up. Yeah,
it looks so dumb.
He is one of the because I've met a lot of voice actors at conventions. He is hands down the most approachable and friendly, down to fucking earth.
Chill. He's really chill.
One of the most friendly voice actors I've ever met. Shout out Kyle Hebert. He's an angel, man. He's wonderful. Absolutely. Phil Lamar was also really good.
Yeah.
Phil Lamar
I didn't get to talk with him.
Yeah. I didn't get to talk. I mean, I asked him a question on stage. I asked him about his Mad TV days. Because everyone was like asking about like Samurai Jack and stuff. I'm like, I remember you on Mad TV. I asked him about like physical comedy and stuff. Because I was like, something.
Shot Marvin in the face.
That's like. I love Phil Lamar. He's one of my favorite voice actors. He voiced something recently where I could tell it was Phil Lamar, but I can't remember what it was. Oh.
Was it a game you and I have played, or?
No, it was something I was watching. Yeah. It wasn't a game. It was like a cartoon. I think it was just like I was just watching clips of it on YouTube. Yeah. It wasn't like me watching it, but I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, that was Broly. It's talking about that stuff. Why don't we talk about some stuff we've been playing? What have you been playing lately?
I just finished beating Dragon Quest Builders because I was on my final chapter. Yeah. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to hopefully a localization release of 2.
Oh, they made a second one.
Yep. It got released in Japan. I don't think there's like a patch for it yet for English.
You're one of 2 people I know who's like played that thing. I know She Says a Boundary Breaker loves that. That actually got him into the Dragon Quest series. I see him tweet about that series a lot. Like he loves Dragon Quest.
Yeah. So it's awesome. Intrigued me by it, and I'm like, I'm liking this.
You should get Dragon Quest 11. Yeah. When you're done with that. Yeah. Yeah, you probably like that. I hear that game's really good.
On top of that, I've been going back to Poi, the Explorer the game.
It's an indie game, very reminiscent of Mario Sunshine and Wind Waker-ish kind of graphics.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, that's a pretty alright game. It's not bad. It's like not amazing, but it's like an indie game. It's fine.
It's a good platformer holdover, I guess.
That's something I like to review eventually. It's just one of those indie platformers, you know.
Because you recommended to me when we were in New Jersey, and I was just like, I'm picking up. I still haven't touched Cave Story on the Switch yet because
Cave Story is a good game.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
I bought Cave Story and Poi on the same day in GameStop, and I was just like, yeah, I gotta grab those. I'm finishing that up. I just recently got Yonder.
You showed me that. I'm like, this just looks like Breath of the Wild with no combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just been playing a lot of games. I got to finish up Pokemon. I got to finish up.
Because you've been able to buy stuff at a cheaper price now that you got a discount.
Cheaper price, as well as after the holidays, I just got a little bit more money, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get some games, and when I do have the time, I will play them. So
yeah.
And
so that's, I mean, it's even me, like, I probably have a lot more free time. Well, I have as much free time as I want, because I just work when I want, put out stuff when I want. Boss. But I feel so like I need to put out as much content as I can because I have this free time. So I like a lot of my free time goes into playing stuff that I'm playing to review.
You're a dedicated worker. I know that. I've always knew that about you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have praised me for my tight upload schedule. Yeah. Like I've had some of my YouTuber friends like Chaseface telling me that they really respect my work ethic because I'm like I get out a lot of content. And I don't rush it either. I just like make stuff that frequently. Like I think I've done four videos. I put out 4 videos this month. The top 10, well, I guess the top 10 doesn't really count because I produced that late December and put it out in January. But like other than like 3 videos a month is probably pretty much what I try to aim for. Yeah. 3 to 4, yeah. Getting 4 videos out in a month is like impossible. It means I have to take no days off. Because what I do is I upload a video, and the day I uploaded it, and the next day, those are my 2 days off. Yeah. One's a half day off because I read all the comments, I reply to a lot of them, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Next day, I just do whatever I want. Yeah, and then I go back into it. But like Halloween specials, I don't take any days off. Like the day I upload something, I start the next game, and it's like, so much work.
If there was any chance of like us getting a Granicore, it's like we wouldn't be seeing that until like at least around late November, early December, because like we know you're dedicated to this work, and we're just like, okay, we filmed something that's great and all, but we'll wait.
Alex gets so impatient. Alex is like, "Hey, you started editing it? Are you almost done?" It's like I haven't started.
And I'm like, dude, I'm excited too, but it's like. We gotta wait. This is James's job.
I think Alex just doesn't quite understand how long editing takes.
You're the guy who puts in the hours for that. We're just the guys who put on the faces.
Yeah. Yeah. So shit takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something else. I don't remember. I've been playing some stuff this month. I finally started God of War. Yeah. I've been wanting to play that all last year, and I just never got a chance because I got the PS4 Pro, and I wanted it for better VR. Yeah. And Resident Evil 7 in VR looks so much better. Yeah. Like the kind of like the textures load much faster. They look much better, and also like the anti-aliasing is a lot better. Yeah. And also like if you watch, you can't really see it when you're got the goggles in, but you can see it on the social screen. The sides is kind of like pixelated. It doesn't look as good on the sides. It's just the middle vision. All that's gone. It's all clear. So yeah, PS4 Pro VR is so much better. Even games like Super Hot, just like I feel like the frame rate might be like a little higher. It just feels smoother, feels better. Maybe I'm full of shit, and that's not what something about it just feels more natural.
Well, but, we've played a VR game on your PlayStation Pro because like I noticed there's a.
Okay, because you have the base PlayStation.
Yeah, I have the base PlayStation. The one that I've got from you.
Yeah, we should talk about VR in a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, I had 2 options for the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I finally invested in one. Yeah. It was the PlayStation 4 Pro for this price, or the PlayStation Pro that comes with God of War for the same price. I'm like, well, I may as well get a game with it if I'm paying the same price. So I got God of War with it. Wasn't a game I was planning on getting. Was like, hey, well, I got it. May as well play it. And like, I'm glad I finally started playing it. It's really freaking good. I've never played God of War before, but like, I've known Kratos as like just a jerk asshole, and seeing him interact with his son and hide his feelings from his son, and like his son seeing them fail to understand each other and just try to connect despite that is really fascinating. It's such an amazing character to explore, and giving him like something that he values and is vulnerable and it cares for, but is harsh on because he wants him to be stronger, and the kid doesn't understand that. Things like Kratos just hates him, and there's this one moment that really got me, where you're like in this. There's these dark elves that are like attacking you everywhere, and you finally get to a clearing where you have to enter like this void of light, and the kid reaches. It's like it physically hurts to go in there, so the kid can't go in there, and Kratos goes in, and he needs to go in there to get something. This white void, and Kratos goes in. And he starts seeing like these memories of him and his wife and the kid. And he's like, "What is going on?" And you go through, and it's like this 5-minute sequence. Yeah. and then right when you're about to like see something, Kratos really wanted to see his wife who's dead now in that like the memory of her. The kid pulls him out. He's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "You've been in there for so long." Kratos is like, "I've been in there for 5 fucking minutes. Why'd you pull me out?" And he looks around. There is piles and piles and piles, as far as the eye can see, of elves that the kid had to fight alone. Because Kratos was in there for like 10 hours.
Because
time
in there is
it felt like 5 minutes to Kratos. And Kratos like was yelling at the kid. And he looks around and he goes, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah.
And it's like that was just such a crazy cool moment. I was like, "Oh my god!" That was like, look at all this shit the kid had to do, and he just waited and like the kid had to make a decision, and it's like, wow, the game is full of awesome shit like that narrative wise. The gameplay feels really good too, like the combat. A lot of people complain about the camera and the combat. We're like, yeah, I keep getting blindsided. There's arrows that tell you where the attacks come from. If you just pay attention, it's not that hard. I've never had a problem with the combat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty good game. I'm probably not going to be playing it for a while though, because Resident Evil 2 came out, and I beat Leon's campaign. I'm halfway through Claire's campaign. Not the second scenario, like I'm just doing the first scenario as both characters, and I'm going to do the second scenario. Yeah. It is so freaking good. I think it is the best Resident Evil game. Maybe I'm just saying that because like the honeymoon period's still on, where I'm just in love with the thing I'm currently playing. But like, Resident Evil 7 is one of my favorite horror games ever. Yeah. Mostly because it's in VR. But Resident Evil 7 has moments where I'm just like, oh great, this part again. And for a lot of people, like myself included, it's the part when you have to do the whole ship thing. And it's like, that just kind of like kills me every playthrough, because I love going through the Baker household near Louisiana. And then the ship part is like, oh, this isn't as good. And then you have to do the part in the mines where it's just an action game. It's like, I don't know. But Resident Evil 2 doesn't have those moments for me where it's like, oh great, this part again. I felt like the best part is easily in the police station, and then like the parkade and all that, and then the sewers. It's all really good. Then there's the part where like like every Resident Evil game always ends with like the lab area.
Yeah.
And the lab area I didn't care for as much as the police station, but it was not that oh great, this part again moment. So I can really tell like they really learned from their experience making Resident Evil 7, and they've made a product like even more refined, and it's like, God, they could have not done a better job with this remake. It is like in the balancing and like this whole survival thing, like it really does feel like you're always scraping by. There's been a couple of moments where I'm like, there's 2 lickers in that room, I have 1 shotgun shell, and I'm gonna dive, and I just like and I'm like, oh my god, I got to the door and I didn't get hurt somehow. Oh, a lot of moments like that.
You were like, there are 2 liquors in there? I was like, well, which one did you grab? Vodka?
What?
Because you said liquors.
Oh, a liquor's like a zombie thing.
Yeah, well, I was like, okay, you got alcohol and what?
Oh,
zombies in there? I was like, you grab vodka or something?
Oh, I see the confusion. There's 2 liquor there.
2 liquors and a
2 liquors and a chicken. Oh, that's like no one's gonna know what that just was. When my friend Lucas used to work at the deli, or no, my friend Dunn used to work at the deli. People would say the word chicken so fast. They were like, "Hey, can I get 2 things and a chicken? 2 things and a chicken." So that's just like an inside joke. Hey, 2 or 3 things and chicken. 2 or 3 things and a chicken. And then we started like doing Big Shaq like rapping.
Yeah.
2 or 3 things and a chicken.
Rapping all day with a cricket.
Yeah.
But like, we went to Burger King today, and this woman goes, 2 Whoppers and a chicken. And I was like,
we heard that.
You were waiting in line, and I was like,
yeah, I heard that too.
And that was by the Sobeys that they used to work.
Exact same, yeah. Probably one of the same ladies that would ask for 2 or 3 things and then
2 Whoppers and a chicken. Like, I was like,
2 Whoppers and a chicken.
Oh my god.
It's like they just say chicken so freaking fast. I think it's Cape Bretoners. That it's just that kind of accent where you just say the word chicken. So like chicken way too fast and it sounds like chicken. But yeah, when Lucas, because that was in the Dunn documentary, we did the annual Dunn's video for Dunn's party. And it was a documentary about Dunn, and that was something Lucas said in that video, and I was like, what does that mean? What are you saying? And like, yeah, so that's a good little inside joke. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is amazing. I can't wait to play more of it. I'm gonna get the platinum. Yeah. I got the platinum in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Survival horror games are like my favorite thing to platinum. Like I got the Evil Within platinum. I got the Dead Space 1 platinum. It's just, I find survival horror games are some of the most replayable games because it's like you trudge on through, barely make it out alive your first playthrough. Second playthrough, you're like, okay, I think I can use my resources a little better. I know where the enemies are. I kind of know, and it's like every playthrough you get better at it, and you get better at like, I have way more ammo this playthrough than last time because I knew which zombies I could run by, which ones I really have to take out. And then you do the New Game Plus playthroughs where it's like, I have infinite ammo. You just annihilate everything, and that's just such a good feeling after Resident Evil 7 was like that, with like the infinite ammo stuff and all that, and Evil Within is like that. The New Game Plus is just overpowered. Evil Within had that one trophy that was do Akumu difficulty, which is you die in one hit, and I remember streaming that a bunch. It took me forever, but Resident Evil 2 shouldn't be that hard to do platinum because it's just like. I mean, I'm probably going to do like 8 playthroughs of this thing just for fun, so I may as well try and get all the trophies.
Man, the only thing I've ever platinumed was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, you've only got one. I
did that within 30 days, and I was like, I need to do this before the online comes, and I don't even play the online. I was just like...
I didn't play much of Metal Gear Online 3. Yeah. I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid 4's Metal Gear Online, which would have been Metal Gear Online 2. I played so much of that. I love that. But, yeah, I just had more stuff. Because I guess it's like, when you're younger, you're in high school, you don't have that many games, because you only see money, birthdays and Christmas, and unless you have a job, which I think this was before I worked at Toys R Us, so I didn't have a job yet. So I just didn't have that many games. I'm just gonna play the online, the one I do. Now I got a lot of games. It's like, well, I'm not gonna play the online of this one. I'm just gonna move on to the next thing.
I'm surprised. I mean, I have 90 hours of Smash Bros, but I still don't play it that much. I'm really surprised.
But you play the online a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've played a lot of Mario Kart. I've got over 200 hours of Mario Kart.
Yeah, I go on your Switch profile every now and then. I look at how many hours you have on some games. It's like, you play the online so much. Let me see how many hours I got on Smash.
Yeah, because that was definitely not even World of Light. I haven't even touched that much. I
have 70 hours on Smash Ultimate. And I have 80 hours in Breath of the Wild, 30 hours in Celeste. I have 105 hours on Mario Odyssey. I have 50 hours on Fortnite. Used to play. There was 1 month where I played Fortnite a lot. I haven't played it in a bit though.
Yeah. Let's see, I got
time for the obligatory comments. James likes Fortnite. Oh no. Yeah, unsubscribed.
90 hours of Smash Bros. 115 hours of Dragon Quest Builders.
Oh man, you get a lot of time out of that.
90 hours of Splatoon.
I've seen some people with 400 hours of Splatoon.
165 hours for Breath of the Wild.
Eee.
And that was just me 100%ing it, to...
Well, you got all the shrines.
Yeah, the shrine.
100% it.
Well, that's my outlook on it. I'm still doing side quests.
Oh, there's so many side quests in that game.
200 hours of Mario Kart.
The problem with Breath of the Wild side quests is not enough of them give you something worth doing it. It's oh, you went all the way to the Death Mountain and got this very rare dragonfly and went all the way down here and you got this and that. Oh, you just spent 4 hours getting all this stuff.
Sometimes I'm lucky.
Here's 50 rupees.
Sometimes I'm just lucky I pick it up. 200 hours of Mario Kart, 30 hours of Crash, for Super Mario Odyssey, 85. I forgot to Crash on
the Switch. Man.
I played a little while of Rocket League.
Speaking of remakes, I beat Spyro 2 finally.
Oh yeah?
That was late December.
Oh, well, I got 10 hours of Pokemon.
I think I mentioned that in the video that I did, the top 10. Yeah, I beat Spyro 2. That's a good game. I haven't touched Spyro 3. I'll probably get to that sometime.
I'm hoping one day it will come to the Switch. That's why I haven't bought it yet. That's why I haven't bought it yet. I don't want to.
They're gonna do that because I can't fit it on the cartridge, and then the download would be too big to download.
I'm just gonna wait until the price drop then, if that's the case. But
see, I got it on PS4 and I play it on the Pro in 4K, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
That game looks so good. Some people don't like some of the character designs, but I the thing is Spyro looks exactly how HD Spyro should look. That's the most important.
And not like some weird purple bulldog with horns.
You ever see the design for that canceled Spyro television show where he doesn't have 4 legs? He has 2 legs and stands upright and has arms, and it looks so wrong. I'll put a picture here. It's oh my god, I don't like that at all.
I already have a hard enough time trying to digest that they did a Skylanders Spyro cartoon.
Oh yeah,
they had Crash.
Crash was in that, and he was Australian.
Coco looks.
I'm Crash Bandicoot, and I'm here, and I'm talking.
Extreme spin kick.
I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, that's all he does. He goes. Two B's and you go to the...
Why do you keep saying inside jokes in this podcast? So people, two P's and an E, it's an inside joke. My friend Justin would just say that, and there's no joke to it. He just says, we just say that all the time. Two P's and an E, That's what you do. You're doing more inside jokes. No one knows what this means except for people, Brady. Nobody
Wait, you saying they're not people?
Now I have to explain that one too. You never know till you try. That's the joke. There's no joke. You say like, hey, well, the thing is like, anytime people ask Justin what he's up to, he goes, two P's and an E, I think that came from mind your P's and E's that parents would say, and he's like, just two P's and an E, And the fact that you're saying is like, what are you talking? That's where the
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
And it's like. He said that to me, and that was nonsense to me, so I said, never know till you try, and I did that gesture like I'm cutting a piece of paper, and I just replied for more nonsense, and that's just an inside joke. That's just an inside joke. Do jokes other people get!
Oh man, if you keep getting mad with me, we're going to be 2 days to tomato. That's one between you and me. I was just like, you were like yelling and stuff, and I was just like, oh man, if you keep this up, we're going to be 2 days to tomato. That's the joke. That's it.
You ever hear the inside joke with there's a joke I put in the Glover video that no one, commented about, so I'm assuming nobody thought it was funny.
Well, people are too busy commenting about, the bird does the thing with the farts and the burps.
Hey, the thing that you say in the video, this...
I commented with live reaction. I'm typing this. I'm listening to you and I'm typing this.
When people comment shit, before they finish the video, I got so many comments telling me about that cheat code bird thing, because at 6 minutes I'm like, why is this bird farting? And 12 minutes in I'm like, oh, because that's why the thing, because I like having that.
You're bringing it back.
Instead of just explaining it, I kind of like to show my own thought process, because that's how I felt when I first saw that bird. I think that's a valuable experience to share, and then the experience of the revelatory moment. I like to put that in there, so you see kind of the process of what my brain was doing when I was playing, instead of just listing facts, and that's just how it works. Yeah. I like doing that a lot. But the problem with doing that is when people see the what is this moment at 6 minutes, they comment explaining what it was before they watch the part where I explain what it was. So I got a couple of comments. There's 3 comments that I replied to, and they explain that, and I go, thank you for this information that I did not know and did not include in the video. And then they delete their comment.
You know what?
Man.
If I worked for YouTube, and if I were the leader of YouTube, if I were king of YouTube, you know what I'd do? You could edit your videos, just swap the files and re-edit them, and still hold all the history of likes, dislikes, all the revenue, all this, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You wouldn't be able to comment until after the video is done.
I see. Yeah, that's another thing. I find, no offense, but I find all of the comments made within the first couple of hours of me publishing a video are just not worth reading. Because a lot of people see, there's no comments yet. Yeah. Other people and James are more likely to see my comment. That's the mindset. That's not true. I see all the comments no matter. Yeah. I'm more likely to see comments posted later because I'm usually not awake when I make the video go live. I make it live at 8 in the morning usually, or 10 in the morning. I wake up at 11 most of the days because I'm a lazy idiot. Mostly because I stay up too late editing stuff. But yeah, and it's like... So since a lot of people are competing to make comments before anyone else do, they comment something before they've watched the video. So it's either people just saying a really empty joke that's based on the game and not anything, the content of the video, just to try and get likes. Or it's people being like, can you review this?
Or first.
Or first. I delete the first because fuck that. That's such a 2008 thing. I can't believe people still say first.
First? Well, you're not the last.
Makes me angry. It doesn't make me angry, it's just irritating. Makes me irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then all the comments after that period where people aren't competing to be the most viewed
it's
comment.
I didn't know about this. Thank you.
And it's actual conversation where it's or maybe people say another tidbit about the game that I didn't mention. Yeah. I hate it when people preface it when it's you forgot blank. It's okay, I didn't forget something I didn't already know. Maybe I just didn't feel
you didn't have enough time.
But when people are another thing about this game is yada yada yada, and I'll be oh, that's cool, I didn't know that. See, I like that kind of conversation. Those are the comments that I try to respond to. too. Because I like responding to comments, because I hate, like, people that never interact with their fans, so it's just kind of like this void that spits out videos, and it's like there's no person behind. I like to, like, reply to some people, but only, like, the
show
comments.
Show you that there's a human there.
I only do the ones that I feel like people that are trying to incite conversation, instead of the people that are like, look at me, it's a joke, look at me, notice me, Nitro. Like, people come into my stream, they say, notice me.
Yeah,
you're gonna come into my stream and ask me to acknowledge you? How about you say something I can reply to, instead of fucking asking me a stupid, blatant...
Say my name!
I'm angry.
Go away!
Basically, long story short, YouTube comments make me angry, but the ones that don't, I really appreciate them.
Yeah.
Good night. I don't know how long we're into this. We're at 47
we're
minutes,
about 15
but this
minutes.
is a second recording because we had an error earlier.
Yeah.
Were we at 15 minutes before?
I believe that. I believe so.
Okay, so we'll go till that says like 55.
Okay.
That? But yeah.
We'll just fill in the space with just minor.
Hey, I rebought.
I got a Reebok. You got a Reebok?
Reebok, like the shoes. Is that a shoe brand, Reebok?
Yeah.
What am I talking about? I repurchased Night in the Woods on Switch because I had it on PS4 and I played the first hour and I never finished it, and that's a game that I really love, that I hear very, like, the people who love Night in the Woods really love that game. Like, that game means a lot to a lot of people, and I really want to finally finish it. So I got it on Switch, and, like, I will play it on Switch because it's like I don't need the TV, it's right there. I can play it when I poop. A poop game.
Play it on poop or down.
I think I'm slowly losing my voice for this podcast.
Were we yelling that much today? Because, like, I
don't know.
I have, like, a sore right there.
I don't know. Maybe we're out in the cold. Maybe breathing the cold air did it. I don't think that would do that, though. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm starting to get sweaty. We got 3 lights on. Usually we just have,
4.
like, 2 lights on. That's not going to make heat, though. That doesn't matter. Apparently this TV actually generates quite a bit of heat. I didn't realize, like, LCD televisions, like HD TVs, actually generate quite a bit of heat. That and my computer, which is on, like, there's so much, like, my room is the hottest room in the house because, like, I use the lights when I film and also the TV and the PC. Yeah. Or, like, so my dad is always getting mad at me because we have, like, a furnace, a traditional, like, wood furnace that, like, heats the whole house in the basement. And he's like, why didn't you put wood in the fire? It's like, well, I wasn't cold. I didn't think to. I was in my room playing a video game, editing a video. I don't know.
James, why?
And I absorb all the heat to get, like, warm enough for when I go downstairs and, like, food. I'm like, I'm not cold.
Literally, when I'm in, like, my computer room, it's like the length of the bed is basically my room, and
that's like no space at all.
Well, it's just more or less because it's full of, like, the shelves, the TV, the desk, and then the computer, and then my large ass chair. The computer generates so much, like, heat, and it's, like, set down lower to the ground on the platform of the desk. I don't need a heater.
Yeah, I don't need a heater.
I'm sitting there, like, in, like, basketball shorts and a, like, t-shirt, and my grandmother comes in and she's like, aren't you freaking freezing? It's like, I'm like, no, this is a small space with a lot of insulation and a computer.
Things that make heat, man, yeah.
I generate so much heat, like...
Cause you're that hot.
I'm just very warm.
When I come in the room, the temperature goes down. Cause I'm...
too cool for brule.
Cool.
Hi, cool.
Did you like my joke? How good was it on a scale of 1 to 10? How amused you were? That was like a Vinny Vinesauce.
Yeah.
Vinny from Vinesauce followed me on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know
why. I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's never interacted with me. He's never liked a single one of my tweets. I don't know what he knows about me. I don't know if he even knows who I really am. I don't know if he's seen any of my videos. I don't know, like, what he knows me from. But he followed me on Twitter. And I'm like, why?
Well, I know She Says and him are, like...
I know She Says and I, like, talk a lot on Twitter, but, like, I don't...
Yeah.
I want to be, like, just tweet at him and be like, why'd you follow me? But I don't want to do that.
Don't spoil this.
I'll wait for him to tweet at me if that ever happens.
What was it? It was last Sunday. I thought I was going to meet my end.
You almost died in a car accident. Jesus
well, not even
Christ.
a car. It was... So, that day, I was like, okay, night before I said to my grandma, I was like, you want to go to brunch? You want to... Because we missed Mom's birthday. You want to go to brunch, and you want to go to brunch, so let's go to brunch. I'll buy it for you. Went to the casino. That was over in town. Went to the brunch buffet thing. Dropped Mom off. Then we headed on home. My brother actually won 140. I said, well, since I have 200 set aside for you, I'm going to buy you a laptop. Put the last 60 towards it. So we headed on home towards like the store that we were going to get it from. And they were sold out. And we took one route that was avoiding like the turnoff towards there. Because I was like, go that way. Take that way.
Yeah.
So we went that way. And they didn't have it. So we went all the way back out near to where James lives. Went into that big shopping district.
Yeah.
Got the laptop finally, and then we headed home. But instead of going the way that we went last time, we decided to go just the quickest route. Next thing I know, I look up from my phone, and we just started sliding.
Because it was really icy.
Yeah, it was icy. It was storming. It was terrible. And
not to interrupt, but that day, my friend's street, I walked down the street to go to Subway all the time because there's a Subway like a couple blocks that way. The street was so covered in ice, I could not walk down it without slipping. And it's like, if I go down there, I'm not going to be able to get back up.
Yeah, you would need like ice picks.
I would need like spiked shoes or something. Yeah.
And when we were finally returning, we started sliding. I looked up and not a word was said. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna die.
That must be
we're gonna go into the ditch and we're gonna flip and I'm gonna get crushed. And for some reason, whether it just be luck or some holy essence, I don't know how this stuff works. About 2 or 3 more inches, we would have been down into the ditch. I said to my brother, let's get out of this effing car. And then with whatever adrenaline I pushed that thing that was on this thick-ass sheet of ice.
That must have been so hard.
And I just pushed the car. I just pushed the car out into the middle of the section of the road so that my grandmother could turn the car and go down the longer route towards our house. And I badly twisted my ankle through the adrenaline. And
is that why your ankle was in pain today when we were walking? Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I just bought him a laptop. I'm not dying today.
God damn it. The only experience I've ever had that was kind of like that, I was on the highway, like when I was probably in middle school. We were like going on a family road trip or something. And it was raining, and the car my hair's going, what the fuck? The car in front of us started hydroplaning, and it went turned sideways, still going forward sideways, and went right off the road into like the grass. And we actually stopped the car, and like a bunch of people got out just to make sure they were okay. They were absolutely fine. The car didn't flip or anything, but it was like terrifying seeing a car go out of control in front of you and go off the road. I've only seen that one time in my life.
Once you start hydroplaning or sliding, you're gone.
Yeah.
You can't jump out because you're going at like some speed that could rip you apart. Like
you just gotta.
Vienna sausage being biffed at a Burger King sign. Like.
Did we talk about... When did we do the last podcast? Did we do it before or after?
It was after Christmas.
But it was before New Year's, wasn't it?
I think it was either before or after. No, it was after New Year's. We were a bit late with it.
So I was able to talk about how I threw Vienna sausages at Burger King.
Yeah.
It's the same Burger King we went to today.
Yeah.
Went there to pay my respects.
McDonald's.
Right my wrongs. For the deeds that I've done.
The dogs that you ate.
Dogs.
The hot dogs, not actual dogs.
Those burgers we had today were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I munched on them. Yeah, Burger King's good.
I'd say as far as like fast food burgers go, actually Burger King's still pretty far down low, but they're like, it's kind of like pizza. In Night in the Woods, Greg has a pizza scale.
Yeah. Where
it's like, there's tiers of pizza. It's like, actually inedible pizza, really shit pizza, not bad, like, okay pizza, pretty good pizza, decent pizza, great pizza, amazing pizza, and it's like, everything from between not that great pizza to great pizza is like, this is still good pizza. It's like, even like, just like a not that great burger, that's still a great burger. So like, McDonald's is like bottom tier, then I'd say Burger King's probably one up from that. Harvey's is pretty high up. I don't know if Harvey's is in the States. I think it's a Canadian joint. But Harvey's is best fast food burgers. I don't even know if they're technically fast food. No, they're not fast food because it's not fast.
It's a burger joint.
It's like it's a burger joint. They're delicious.
Yeah.
Robbie and I go to Harvey's a lot, and then but like best burgers are like the Gourmet Burger Palace burgers. We went to that burger place in New Jersey. What was it called? Was it in Indiana?
Guys.
No, not
Johnny Rockets.
Not Johnny Rockets. That was in Atlanta City. This is like same day we went to round one, I think.
Oh, Christ.
We went to some. It was the guy where like the place with the guy where like every time I would say something, he would go, "You got it." It's like, "Can I get this burger?" "You got it." Cooked this much. "You got it." "Can I get a shake?" "You got it." And he would just say, "You got it" to everything.
What was that?
It was something Burger Palace.
Burger Palace.
Something Burger Palace. Let me look it up.
Oh my God, that's bad if I can't remember that.
Let me type in Burger Palace. You would remember it. We had really good shakes. It was like, and I told
I know
the
we
guy,
went to Sonic's during the E3 release.
Sonic's was terrible.
I loved it.
I hate Sonic's.
Bobby Burger Palace. Yeah, that's it.
That place was delicious.
Yeah.
That's like honest to God, best burger I've ever had.
Because I remember I was like, shit, I need to go to a TD Bank. I have no more money.
That was like man, like gourmet burger places. That's the top tier.
Yeah, that was
Bobby's Burger Palace,
delicious.
top tier. McDonald's, bottom tier. Harvey's is like mid higher tier. It's like
Canada's
Harvey's is
McDonald's
like Harvey's
is bottom tier, and then American McDonald's.
American McDonald's is a little higher.
Yeah.
Because maybe it could have been just that one McDonald's we went to actually.
I don't know.
Because maybe it's just like Maritime McDonald's suck. We should try Toronto McDonald's.
Yeah.
When we go to Con Bravo.
I like Smash Burger. Smash Burger was good because that was when we were in the Toronto airport.
Oh, and I forgot to put Sonic on the list. Sonic I would rank lower than McDonald's. I think Sonic was the worst. I had chili dog.
You had the chili dog.
The chili dog was. I couldn't even eat half of it. It was disgusting.
What did I get? I got the burger.
Terrible.
I got the cheeseburger.
Sonic,
it wasn't
God,
bad.
awful. Sonic's lowest tier. It's like so low tier. It's not even on the tier list. It's like throw the thing out. Don't even want to look at it. I want to look at it.
What do you get against Sonic? Is it the rings?
You come here and you're like, I'm gonna get a burger, but it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing here?
I'm just here for Sonic. They always release something cool, something new.
Sonic Heroes,
Sonic
saving
burgers.
the day from the day to be saved.
All right, so I think this is where we're gonna end it tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good one, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Can I show you a handshake?
Oh no.
No, here.
Is it the comfortable handshake with like the
No. I need both your hands. It's a cool handshake.
You shake a hand with one hand.
It's a cool handshake.
You're gonna do something to me.
I'm not. Okay, here. I need you to go. Don't worry.
I hate this.
All right. Okay, James, here. Okay, all right, so.